My name is Kenneth Molloy. I'm a business manager at Eventcentre. I'm a graduate of the Ulster University Masters of Business Administration programme. I'm currently pursuing a Masters in International Event Management. The reason I decided to do a postgraduate Masters at Ulster University, there was two parts to it. There was the consideration time. There was a time where you were considering doing it, and then there was the conversion time. So it wasn't one moment in time, it was over a long period that I decided to do this. The consideration was when leaving one job, moving into another, starting off and saying, right, I want to try and make myself better. I want to try and learn more things. And then there was a moment where you send that email to the course director and say, would I be suitable? And then he replies, in my case, and says, you're exactly who we need. And that was the moment I decided I was going to do the MBA. There are a few reasons why I chose Ulster University. First of all, proximity to where I lived. It was convenient. Secondly, I came and visited before I started the course, and there just felt like there was a huge amount of energy about the university, about the buildings, about the people. And then finally, without a shadow of a doubt, it was the people. It was the course director, it was the personal contact. I contacted lots of different universities. I'd spoken about different courses, and Ulster resonated with me because of the course director having conversations, genuine, honest, straight up conversations with me. I remember going to job interviews in different places and saying, this is all the training I've done. And these guys said to me, but you don't have any qualification. You've nothing written down. You don't have a piece of paper. I'm not saying that was a motivating factor. It was one of the motivating factors, but not the only motivating factor. It was a case to say, I have all this knowledge, I have a huge amount of experience, but I can't actually turn around and stand in front of somebody and say, there you go, have that, plus I have this bit here as well. That was important to me. How did I manage my studies? The first thing I needed to get buy-in from my family, because they were going to be going through this with me, my business, my brothers, my partners in the business, that this was going to take a huge chunk of my time and energy. COVID came along and literally stopped our business dead. The events industry just stopped. We needed to pivot, we needed to create a new product. We created 2 new products, we needed to get that to the market, and products that were relevant to the time. Doing the MBA helped that, because at the time we were doing courses like innovation and entrepreneurship, and you were getting the theory, you were getting all the other parts about how business has to be flexible, how you must be dynamic, you must be constantly scanning the market, you must be seizing the opportunities. And this just happened to happen at the same time as COVID. So I would argue, to a point, the survival of the business was helped significantly by the MBA, by the fact that I was learning these things, I was bringing this knowledge to our team, to our brothers across Zoom meetings and saying, I've learned this last week at university, this is what the academics say. And lots of it resonated, and we survived. You schedule your big rocks, you schedule the things that are important to you. Everything else is gravel, everything else will take care of itself. The key things that are going to make a difference to, well, I believe, to my life or to my business, I schedule them first. Those are the key things I got to do. Everything else can wait, they're just a distraction. They will get completed, but the key ones, and if the MBA was, for me, it was a key one, that is the big rock that's scheduled first. 5 different big rocks every day, that's what we do. The Master's Programme in International Event Management is brilliant for where I am right now. Studying and completing this course at Ulster University has allowed me to broaden my business networks. So what this has allowed me to do is to have lots of different people that I can tap into for knowledge, for empathy, for advice, and generally just to shoot the breeze with. In a lot of cases, that's what it is. And we meet regularly, all the groups in the Master's Programme, from the business programme and from the International Events Management Programme. When you sit in a classroom again, which I think is really important, and you're forced to see things from other people's point of view and from their business perspective, and be that from, a management perspective, a director's perspective, or from, a general operative perspective of how to do things and how things are done, you begin to say, oh, I didn't think of that. Hang on a minute, that's not a bad idea. And that's where the network is really good. Lots of skills you already have, and you just hone them a little bit more by going back and reminding yourself what education is like. You learn to listen a little bit better. You learn to empathize a lot better. I learned to critically evaluate across everything. So not to take things at face value, but to dig in and not to discount it, but to say, right, I do understand it, but maybe there's another side to it. That, I think, is, on both master's programs, the biggest skill that I would have learned. Do it is the first piece of advice, but understand what it requires. It's not just the time, it's the mental commitment. It isn't just about 30 or 40 hours a week. Get buy-in from your partners, from your key stakeholders, family, friends, whatever it is. Speak to people who have done whatever course you're thinking about doing, and then just evaluate it and be interested in it. But it is the mental commitment that's going to see you through, not the time or the money or anything else like that. You have to have the mental commitment to do it. So it has to be one of your big rocks.